Good morning and welcome to the Pittsburgh Bureau of Fire's 128th commencement exercise. Would everyone please stand? Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the graduates of Pittsburgh Bureau of Fire Recruit Class 12818. We will now recite the Pledge of Allegiance.
Present, march.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order, arms.
Please be seated, everyone. Honored guests, fellow firefighters, family and friends, I want to thank all of you for gathering here today. This truly is a wonderful occasion. My recruits, your sons and daughters, have toiled. Yes, toiled long hours on these academy proving grounds to reach this moment. In my admittedly biased opinion, they are as well prepared as any preceding Pittsburgh Bureau of Fire recruit class. They are also very eager to begin their careers. So, without any further delay, let us move on now to our firefighter skills demonstration, arranged in concert by Battalion Chief Edmund J. Farley and Instructor Captain Jim Ellis. Have they got a show for you?
Recruits, on your feet. We have a job to do. Go to work. Good morning, and welcome to the Pittsburgh Bureau of Fire Training Center. First, to all the families, the wives, the husbands, the children, moms, dads, girlfriends, and boyfriends of all these recruits who are here with us today. We want to say thank you. For the past 32 weeks, these recruits have come home physically and mentally exhausted, sore, bruised, sick, angry, sad, and even sometimes happy. They have certifications in rapid intervention, confined space, hazardous materials, vehicle and rope rescue, firefighter 1 and 2, and they are all EMTs. All of this would not be possible without the support and sacrifices that you all have made. So again, thank you. Here now are some of those skills that they have learned. What do you think? Very nice. Let me also welcome you to your new family. Not only do you have your loved ones back, but you also have 650 Pittsburgh Bureau of Fire brothers and sisters. Your loved ones did not marry into, nor were they born into this family. They have earned their right to be here. They had to prove themselves just like all the other firefighters that have come before them. This would not be possible without the great leadership behind me. Public Safety Director Wendell Hisrich, thank you for your guidance and your support, not only for the Bureau of Fire, but the Bureau of Police and EMS, which you also oversee. Thank you, Director. Chief Jones, thank you for your vision and your leadership. Thank you for the tools and the equipment, not only to keep our firefighters safe, but the continuous training in all hazards to keep the citizens of this great city safe. Thank you, Chief. Assistant Chief Allville, thank you for all you do for our members. Your knowledge and attention to detail is amazing. Your door is always open, and you're willing to listen and make things happen. Thank you, Chief Allville. I would also like to acknowledge our soon-to-be new Assistant Chief, Brian Kakila. Your reputation and passion precede you. Welcome to the Pittsburgh Bureau of Fire. During the past 32 weeks, these recruits have been taught their craft by some of the finest instructors, not only in Pennsylvania, but in the country. Senior Staff Instructor Greg Vogel, Captain Mahowski, Captain Browning, Captain Fitzgerald, Captain James Ellis, Captain Petruzzi, Battalion Chief Rich Brutt, Lieutenant Brian Wright, Lieutenant Damian Zuch, and Captain John Hunt. They have shared their knowledge, their skill, and their patience with each and every recruit. Thank you for all you do for us. And lastly, but certainly not least, Battalion Chief Michael Francis Riley. None of this would be possible without you. Chief, under your guidance, nearly 300 fire recruits have passed through these doors and earned the title of Pittsburgh firefighter. These men and women are some of the most highly trained and educated firefighters in the world, and they all started here under your leadership. Thank you, Chief. In closing, I'd like to thank the Pittsburgh Firefighters Local Number 1 for all they do for us. President Ralph Sicuro, Vice President John Gardell, Recording Secretary Tim Leach, Secretary Treasurer Ted Carey, and Trustees Ed Dursey and Matt Bachner. This is Local 1's 100-year anniversary. Always on the forefront, fighting for health and safety, working conditions, and benefits for our members and their family. Local 1, second to none. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Farley, for your commentary and for that most exhilarating presentation. Additionally, Pittsburgh Firefighters Local Number 1's Color Guard has distinguished our event with their presence. Color Sergeant Mike Hamill here at my left. We have with us today representatives of the Department of Human Resources and Civil Service. Ladies and gentlemen, it is they who provide the Fire Bureau with recruit candidates, the raw material from which we build our firefighters. Let's recognize fire chiefs, fire officers, and firefighters with us today from around the Commonwealth, around the nation, and around the world. Also at this time, I would like to acknowledge the Pittsburgh Veteran Firefighters Organization, represented here today in the personage of retired firefighters extraordinaire, Mr. Denny Lyman and Mr. John Santoriello. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a long tradition at our Academy of recognizing recruits who have excelled above the already exemplary standard that every recruit is expected to meet. So, in recognition of her effort toward academic achievement, I present firefighter recruit Lindsay Beeler this award. And now, in acknowledgement of his performance over 32 weeks of intensive CrossFit training, firefighter recruit Gregory Muller, please come forward. It's nice to have you on board.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Chief.
Congratulations.
Chief.
We have with us a very special guest this morning, ladies and gentlemen. Acting State Fire Commissioner, Mr. Bruce Trago.
Honored guests, chiefs, and all of those who had taken part in this, congratulations to all of you. To the families and friends who have supported, your job has just begun. They will need support as they go on. From Governor Wolf and from the Office of the State Fire Commissioner, we commend you for helping, assisting, and the support you have given. This is a very dangerous job, and I am sure they are well trained and prepared to take it on. Knowing the instructors and knowing the staff here, just to echo what was said previously regarding the staff here, we utilize them throughout the state through the State Fire Academy system in our adjunct program, in our certification program, and they are well known for what they do across the Commonwealth. Recruits, once again, congratulations. You are about to embark on one of the best occupations in the world. You now get to do everything your mother told you not to do and get paid for it. Again, from the Office of the State Fire Commissioner and from Governor Wolf, we commend you for what you're doing. We thank you, and the Governor has always asked me to spread to all of you folks his gratitude for what you do for the Commonwealth. Congratulations. Please stay safe.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct privilege to introduce, representing the International Association of Firefighters, Local Number 1's Vice President, Mr. John Gardell.
Good morning. On behalf of all your new brothers and sisters at IFF Local Number 1 and President Ralph Sikora, who could unfortunately not be here today, I would like to again congratulate each of you for meeting every challenge that's been placed in front of you over the past year. Let's give them another round of applause. You know, in almost every profession, slang terms are used to describe professionals in all career fields. Cop, medic. There are even some slang terms among those professions to refer to each other that I can't say. However, there's only one profession where the term brother or sister is used, and that's within the fire service. See, while we congratulate these firefighters today on their great accomplishments, there's a bigger challenge at hand. Starting today, these firefighters are going to be asked to do something, standing side by side, not something that not everyone is prepared to do. They are making a commitment to place someone else's life in front of their own. This commitment to the citizens of Pittsburgh is one each of us in the fire service has made with great pride. Oh, there'll be times when it wears on you, like the fire alarm that comes in for the third time at 4 o'clock in the morning. But there will also be times where you know you've made the right choice. You've picked the right path. This commitment is not only to the citizens of this great city, it is also a commitment to your fellow firefighters. It's not just the public that asks the most of you. Each and every one of us that puts on that same uniform is asking for that same dedication, that same sacrifice. Whether it's during rush hour at the scene of a car accident or in a smoke-filled hallway in the middle of the night, we are each asking you for that commitment. But we are also willing to give it as well. Before becoming a firefighter, I had 2 brothers and 2 sisters. Now, after many years in the fire service, I have hundreds. And today, I'm proud to have 31 more. Welcome to the family.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Chief of the Pittsburgh Bureau of Fire, Darrell E. Jones.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I had this beautiful speech planned out today. It was only about a 1/2 inch thick, but since I see most of you are getting ready to suffer from heat stroke, we're gonna cut it a little short this morning. The first thing I want to do is acknowledge all of the visiting firefighters from outside the city who have come to celebrate with us this great occasion. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming here, spending your time and your morning with us. The second thing I want to do is just talk to the families. We were a little delayed today because we had a 2-alarm fire a couple blocks down the road. Unfortunately, it was a fatality. And I watched the brothers and the sisters, which I call my kids, they belong to me, do their work. It was poetry in motion. Despite the results, I cannot tell you how proud I am when I watch these guys go to work to be the leader of this team. It's humbling and it is inspiring. I want you to know that they belong to us now. They're going to miss some very important events. There's going to be some birthdays that's going to get missed. There's going to be some holidays that's going to get missed. There's going to be some baptisms and special family events that will be missed. You're going to wake up early in the morning, grab your cup of coffee, turn on the morning news, and watch some tragedy on TV, and you're going to wonder if your son, your daughter, your brother, your sister, your husband, your wife was there. The answer is yes, but they were not there alone. There were 656 guys standing with them back to back, supporting them, making sure that they come back home to you. Thank you for allowing that to happen. Just want you to know that you too are part of the family. On the back of the program today, you will find the mission statement for the Pittsburgh Bureau of Fire. To the recruits, know the mission. Remember the mission. Mission comes first. We are in an era where organizations have placed the reputation of the organization above the mission of the organization, and the results have been catastrophic. Catastrophic. We cannot allow that to happen. Look at your patches on your sleeves. When you guys first got here, that very first day, I walked in being the bad cop, remember? And I told you you have slick sleeves. You had not earned the right to wear this flag on your sleeve. Now you have. Congratulations. You've made it. You've given more than that 100% that I demanded. And I appreciate that. There's 2 words on this patch. One of them says courage. The other one says honor. We honor our flags. First the United States flag, then the state flag, then the city flag, and finally our patch. If we take care of our patch with respect and honor, the rest of those flags will also be taken care of. So I'm asking you to remember what the mission is. Don't worry about the Pittsburgh Bureau of Fire. Do not worry about local number 1. It is the mission of the organization. You meet the mission and everything else will be taken care of. One final thing. You've worked hard over these past 32 weeks, and I really appreciate your effort. You got the weekend off. I want you to go out and celebrate and have a good time. However, if I am the first person you see on Monday morning, you celebrated too hard. Okay? Monday morning, some of you will start your very first shift, others will be off. That's okay. But if I'm the first person you see on Monday morning, there's a problem. I don't like problems. Let's not have a problem. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chief of Staff Dan Gilman.
Thank you, Chief. My name is Dan Gilman. I have the pleasure of serving as Chief of Staff for the City of Pittsburgh. I tell you, the best part of this job for the mayor and I are graduation ceremonies for our public safety academies. There's nothing more impressive than seeing a group of men and women who are dedicating their lives to serving and protecting the citizens of the city that we all love. Unfortunately, the mayor had another swearing-in ceremony, so we had to divide and conquer this morning. But it gives me great pleasure to be here to represent not only the mayor, but City Council. I know Councilman Coghill was here, and all 3,400 city employees, and welcome you to our ranks. First, I want to thank IAFF. I can tell you there is no stronger union fighting for the men and women in their ranks, and there is no stronger union in its relationship with the chief, the director, and City Hall, working together to make sure that you have all the tools to succeed. Second, to the families, as the chief said before me, it is never lost on us that this is a family affair. The events that are missed, the feeling you see when you turn on that television, the moments where you're scared, the moments where you're proud, just know that the doors of the 5th floor, the doors of City Hall are always open to you, just as they are to your family members, because we recognize we all are in this together. And to our recruits, thank you for choosing to serve the city of Pittsburgh. I can tell you, first of all, if I'm the first person you see on Monday morning, it is even worse than if Chief Jones is the first person you see on Monday morning. But also, I was gonna say something about the patch. Don't ever forget the feeling you have in you right now. It's probably a little bit of nerves, that's good. You don't wanna lose that. There's a heck of a lot of pride, that's great. You don't wanna lose that. That's what that patch represents. There's history of the men and women that came before you that built the greatest fire protection service in this country. There's history in the flag of the men and women that came before you that built America's most livable city. And there's history in those words and what they mean, as the chief outlined. So take that feeling you have for a minute, digest it, and whether it's 3 a.m. and you're sitting up drinking coffee with the team talking, or you're running into a scary situation, or you're at home getting dressed, every time you see that patch, remember that feeling, remember what it stands for, and serve this city, serve this Bureau with pride and honor. Congratulations and welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, the recruits will now be issued their graduation certificate and badge. Recruits on your feet.
Andrew Gatto. Clinton Branchin. Dennis Corby. Brandon Holko. Lawrence Whitaker, second generation firefighter. Sean Deviney, second generation firefighter. Nicholas Gerstel. John Nusser. Matthew Pack. Cash Cortazzo. Neil Hill. Bradley Costa. Dustin Davis. Josh Abel. Christopher Conway. Sean Clark, third generation firefighter. Daniel Nowak. Taylor Eisenberg. Julian Falasino. Matthew Zapinski. Eric Dobbenspeck. Gregory Moeller. Jason Musial. Lindsay Beeler, third generation firefighter. Benjamin Peven. Ryan Daly, fourth generation firefighter. Daniel Stetmeyer. Douglas Hederman, third generation firefighter. Derek Macko. Ryan Delaplane. Jameson Bridget.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now arrived at what is the fundamental segment of these commencement proceedings, the administration of oath. The honor of administering the recruits their oath belongs to the Director of the City of Pittsburgh's Department of Public Safety, Mr. Wendell Hisrick.
Good morning. About 20-some weeks ago, I was down here for a meeting and spoke to Chief Riley and said, wouldn't it be a great idea to do what we did when I first arrived here and do an outside graduation ceremony? And he said, Wendell, he says, the problem is it's the end of October and it could be raining. I says, don't worry, Chief. We'll call Father Stump and we'll have him say some prayers. Well, obviously, the rain, Father, you were successful on the rain, but we should have asked you to warm it up a little bit. So next year, or next graduation we do outside, Chief, please remind me to have the Father say some additional prayers for some warmth for the graduation. But speaking about the outside display here this morning, I had just become director, was here for several months, and I was so impressed by what I saw that there are a few things that you do remember as time goes on, and this was certainly one of them. And to be able to repeat that today, thank you, Chief, and your staff for allowing this to occur again today. But more importantly, we should be thankful for the work of the instructors to prepare the recruits for their future career here in the Pittsburgh Bureau of Fire. Oh, that would not be good. Recruits, if you could recall, myself and the chiefs, Chief Alvo, Chief Jones, came and spoke to you the first week. And between myself and Chief Alvo, we had to do everything we could to convince you to stay, because Chief Jones, as he normally does at every recruit class, the first day he comes in like Louis Gossett Jr. during an officer and a gentleman, and basically scares you to death, to the point that myself and Chief Alvo want to run out the back door, being so scared. But as the chief mentioned, you did complete the required courses. You became EMTs. You became Firefighter 2, as well as an array of classes that you took and certifications you received. So on that, congratulations. I also mentioned to you three things, being the director and representing the city, that I hoped you would do and you will continue to do. Those three things were, the first, you represent the city of Pittsburgh, and everything you do from this day on would not only be a reflection on yourself, but on the city and the Pittsburgh Bureau of Fire. The second is that you treat the individuals that you will come upon during your career as you would treat your loved ones or friends. And finally, to take time for yourself and your family. There was stress during the training academy, and there certainly will be stress in the future. And you need that time with your family and friends. And to the families, as the chief mentioned, we are asking for your support. There will be days when your loved ones come home and you won't know what they went through. But we ask you to provide the support. And if ever there comes a time that you feel that you need to reach out to us in public safety or in the city to help you and to provide that assistance, please call us. There's one additional thing that I will ask you beginning on your first day at your new station, and that is to continue your training and your education. You will have new instructors, that being of your brothers and sister firefighters, your lieutenants, your captains, and your chief. You will learn something new every day in your career. It might be a minor thing or it might be a major, but every day you will pick up a new way of doing things, a new way of potentially treating a patient, of entering a burning building. Remember the good things, and there will be many. You must continue this training process throughout your entire career. And hopefully, within a short period of time, there'll be a class behind you, and you will be able to provide what you've learned to them. So with that being said, congratulations, good luck, and now, Chief Riley, if you will have the recruits prepare for the oath.
Recruits, stand to be sworn. Raise your right hand.
Recruits, please repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution and laws of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, the laws and ordinances of the City of Pittsburgh, and obey all orders issued by my superior officers and all the laws and regulations pertaining to and governing the Department of Public Safety, Bureau of Fire, and that as a firefighter, I will well and faithfully discharge and perform all the duties of my office according to the best of my knowledge and ability. Congratulations, firefighters.
I think these men and women deserve another round of your applause. Probationary firefighters, you hear that? Probationary firefighters, take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, the chaplain of the Pittsburgh Bureau of Fire, our own Father Mike Stumpf.
It's always interesting to be able to be the first one to speak and congratulate you as firefighters. And I do that not only on behalf of myself, on behalf of religious organizations, but the people of the city of Pittsburgh. So thank you and congratulations to all of you. It's my firm belief that everyone wants to be significant and make a difference in the world. And you've chosen this path to make a difference in the world and in the city, and that you will. And you do that supported not only by family and friends, but also by the training that you've received, both in fire, EMT, and other skills as well. But I want to share with you a few words that actually my father shared with me as I was walking out the door, headed to my first day on the job as a priest. He was walking me out to my car. I was headed off to my first parish, and my father said to me, "Remember, Michael, it's not just what you do, it's not just what you've learned and what you share, but it's who you are that makes a difference in the world. Who you are as a person, as a human being, that will make a very significant difference." You've grown in so many ways over these days of training. Also, as you continue now and start out, you will continue to grow. And I encourage you not just to grow in your skills, in your knowledge, in your practice, but also to grow as a human being. Mind, body, spirit. To be able to support one another, to grow in relationship, to grow in love, to spend time also calling upon a power that is greater than you and greater than all of us, as you grow not only in your skill and knowledge, but also as a person. For the more you grow in love, the more you grow as a person, the more you grow connected to one another and to the community, the more you grow in mind, body, spirit, and as a human being, the more you make a difference in the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Father. Would everyone please stand for the retirement of the colors and final review of Pittsburgh Firefighter Class 12818. That now concludes today's graduation ceremony. I invite all of you to remain on Academy grounds. Please enjoy our hospitality, have some refreshments, mingle. My staff and I remain at your disposal. On behalf of the Pittsburgh Bureau of Fire, I have to shout over them, we thank you and bid you good day.